Hey guys, welcome to episode 11 of season 6. At Sunderland, we start with Newcastle away. For the very first time at the beginning of the season, we won the derby at the 5th attempt of trying to do so. I'd love to make it back-to-back wins if we can, with then Watford at home, which will sim, City away, and Liverpool at home, which will play, before in the next episode, we've the final 3 games of the season against 3 sides from London. We'll start with the derby and hope that maybe, if results go our way, we might just be able to confirm Champions League football by the end of this episode. But we are going to need results to go our way, I believe. Although perhaps even, actually, considering we have that game in hand, we could do it today. Win all 4 of today's games, and we will be in the Champions League next season. But to what extent? In the 4th qualifying round or in the group stage? The title's gone, to be completely honest. Even if we win, we're still 10 points off Everton with 6 games to go. Looks like Everton are actually going to come away with the league title as well, with a 7-point lead over Manchester United. Battle now really is between us and Chelsea for that 3rd spot and the automatic space in the group stages for next season. That's the aim. Let's see if we can't go and get that. Right then, the home team. Pacheco in goal. 5 at the back. Demisi, Silmaro, Cher, Mandy and Sriracha. Trigueros and Mangal are holding with a front 3 of Bongonda, Puado and Almiron. We beat them 2-1 at the beginning of the season. I'd love to beat them at St James's Park. That's something we haven't done yet. Almiron in towards the middle, flicked away by Foyth. Tellez there to Chalov. And if we can catch them on the back foot at the beginning of the game, that would be great. YOURI TIELEMANS isn't rapid. Chalov is on his left. He missed an opportunity on that. The game against Betis in the last episode that cost us our place in the tournament. And now actually on the counter going the other way. They might be trying to do the same to us, but thankfully on this occasion, unfortunately, as was the case with our attack, no meaningful effort on goal. Alexis into Chalov again. It was not that short there for YOURI TIELEMANS. We'll go to Moise Ken. Chalov. The best balls from Moise. Here's McAllister. I see YOURI in space. TIELEMANS first time. Rocket! YOURI TIELEMANS is starting to find his goal-scoring form. 1 belter on his right foot in the last episode. 1 belter on his left foot today. That'll do. We mentioned when he scored that goal in the last episode that he can hit them like that on either foot. There's your proof. Free kick for Newcastle. Miguel Almiron will float it, and does, and headed, well, I say away, but it certainly wasn't. That's on its way in. Slightly extravagant save and unnecessary from Nick Pope there. Just needed to take a step to his left and catch it. Didn't have to throw himself to the floor, but if he wants to time waste in the 18th minute, I guess he's more than entitled to do so. Chalov, space is opened up for Rafinha. He'll dart on that left. Bend it! Oh, it's a beautiful second! We're really starting to score some really nice goals now. And the last couple of episodes, we've really turned it up a notch. Not long ago, we battered Bournemouth by 6 goals to 1, and then died with regards to our performances for about 2 in-game months. We have returned to our brilliant best, I think, of late. At least domestically, anyway, after going out on penalties to Betis in Europe. I would have liked it to translate across all competitions, but provided that it stays good for the Premier League, I'm quite happy for the time being. I'd rather go out early in the Europa League and do well in the Champions League next season than win the Europa League this year, but go out in the early knockout rounds of the Champions League next year. So we know we can cut it against the best in England with the wins against Arsenal, although I guess we'll find out then later on in the episode if we can genuinely cut it against sides like Liverpool and City. But certainly of late we've been cutting it and playing really nice football. Just need to keep that going next season as well, and we might be able to have a solid European success. YOURI TIELEMANS again. Oh, YOURI TIELEMANS again! He can't help himself. Newcastle are falling apart. 3-0. Righto. Angela. Almiron. It's good football. Almiron again with the switch. Really lovely ball out to Demisi. Picks off Theo Bongonda. Finds Mangala on the edge of the box. Oh, that's a smart finish down low. Newcastle firing back. Arsenal did it in the last episode and closed our 3-0 lead down to 3-2 before we scored a fourth. But that was a really nice finish. Mangala gets caught just after he strikes the ball and flattened. But that's a really, just fingertips to it, Tom Pope. Nick Pope. I said Tom Pope again. 3-1. Newcastle firing off a shot, letting us know that even though we've scored 3 in half an hour, it's not over yet, this fixture. TIELEMANS. Chalobah's through that gap. Let's look back heel to McAllister. This is actually the first time we've played really well against a 5-back formation in quite a while. A 3-1 lead at half-time at St James's Park. They might well be blowing out their cheeks after a devastating display in the opening half an hour. Newcastle pulled one back though, so we can't take the foot off the gas in this second half. Good finish from Mangala as well. 3-1 as we head into the second 45. Mangala forward there to Poirot. He's been a bit isolated in this game, Poirot. You can see the amount of red and white shirts back here defending now. I haven't changed my tactics at all. They just aren't committing men forward, mainly because of the formation. Normally it's the 5 at the back that means I struggle against the team. But it's the 5 at the back here that actually means our lead, now that we've got it, is more comfortable than ordinarily it would be, because they don't have the bodies coming forward in attack. Rafinha with the delivery. Jack Clark could get there. Must look like he went for a clearance more so than a shot on goal there with the way that his legs went, Jack Clark. But half an hour to play. Half an hour, we scored 3 goals in, but hopefully we can reduce Newcastle to 1 at most. Demisi. Inside there to Manu Trigueros. Bongonda back to Trigueros. He's tried to dummy that, I think, Mangala, and just messed it up entirely. And the defence are out of position now. They've committed bodies forward as they're looking to try and get themselves back in it. Fedor Chalov played in, holds the defender off and buries it. That's 4. That's game. Sorry, Newcastle. Well, sorry, not sorry, Newcastle. You're not getting anything from this. We're going to win on Derby Day, away from home, and by quite some margin too. That was the simplest of turns, but it actually completely sold me, frustratingly. And he's still going to Misi. Bongonda could have been the perfect pass. Almiron brings it down, trying to flick the ball back. Oh, Manu Trigueros! You knew before it was even off his boot that was going in. What a goal. They might be losing the derby here, Newcastle, but at least they've scored a cracking goal. Been no consolation for the fans, but that is beautiful from Manu Trigueros. So he's just walked onto it as well. That's one of the best goals of the season. It has to be. Tremendous strike. 4-2. They're on. Cross can come in and does. Away by Edwards, who's come on as the second half substitute here at left back. Trigueros around the corner to Mangala. Bongonda shot blocked. Newcastle aren't giving up. I don't know what Moise Keane was doing there though. He gave up possession by just not taking a first touch. Mangala to Almiron. Manu Trigueros, it would have been a deft little ball through. Thankfully, we've picked it off. And that should give us victory. Well, 2 goals to the good, so we're probably going to get victory anyway. Barring a devastating turnaround. We could even end it with 5. If we are, it'll be from the corner. Let's see what we can do. YOURI Tielemans whips. It's a good ball in. It's away by Mangala. And before, or even just as we get to the ball here, the referee should blow his final whistle. Back to back, twice in a row. We win the derby. 2 goals to 1. At home, 4 goals to 2 away. Twice as many wins, twice as many goals each. Just as many points for us. Right, Watford next, I believe, wasn't it? In a simmed game. Right, home game against Watford up next. I'm going to sim with my first team and pray that they're fit enough for the game against Manchester City, because we have a 10-point gap to Liverpool in 5th with 6 games to go. So 10 points with 18 available. By the end of the month, we could guarantee finishing in the top 4. And then tomorrow, we could guarantee finishing 3rd if we beat Chelsea there away from home. I mean, we could just simulate the game against Spurs and get a season roundup done in the next episode. Wolves were succumbed to 1-0 defeat, as were Manchester United to Watford. Oh, Declan Rice with a goal after a minute. And Kim Min-jae booked a matter of seconds afterwards. Not entirely too sure how that's gone down, but 2-0 through Chalov, and that should be 3 points even at that early stage. Wait and see though. Harrison off the bench. They're making a couple of changes to try and get back in it, but James Justin from right back will give us a 3-0 lead. 2 goals from defenders in this game. And another for YOURI TIELEMANS, who is in incredible form right now. Really hitting his stride at the right time of the season. Very pleased with that. And we're on 6 points less. Oh, Liverpool. No, Liverpool have played and they've lost. Wow. The gap is now 11 points to Leicester. Can anyone come from behind Liverpool to catch us? Spurs? No, they've all played 53 games. We've got Manchester City, who are currently 8th. 8th Manchester City coming up in the next game. Their starting 11 is unbelievable, though. And after the way Kevin De Bruyne destroyed me the last time we played Manchester City, I would like a little bit of payback. City starting lineup then. Ederson in goal. Atal, Tar, Longley and Milenkovic at left back. In the midfield, Valverde, Garcia and Silva. Bernardo, they're missing Kevin De Bruyne because he's been sold in this save. Kingsley Coman starts on the right in place of the injured Nicola Pepe. As ever, Gabriel Jesus and Leroy Sané, the other 2 up top. No Kevin De Bruyne is a big miss for them, as is missing Nicola Pepe. But when you've got players like Bernardo Silva and Kingsley Coman to step in, you know you've got the squad to compete. Well, unfortunately for them, they're competing for mid-table at the minute in the league, Manchester City, for no logical reason whatsoever. Why they are where they are in the league after this many games, I genuinely don't know. I know why I would have gone behind there if we had, because that was a terrible way to give away possession, and we still could go behind. Kingsley Coman dribbling the ball about nicely. Finds Bernardo Silva. Oh, he's so good in possession. One of the best players I've ever seen in real life on the ball, and that translates to FIFA as well. Here's Valverde, Bernardo Silva. So I praise his ability on the ball. He gives away possession. Plays the 1-2 though into Kingsley Coman. He'll spin nicely. Bernardo again loose in possession. I apparently have jinxed the poor Portuguese man, but on the counter-attack we'll try and feed Chalov in behind, but Longley will deal with it. Lovely take by Kingsley Coman. Lovely cross by Kingsley Coman. And the finish. Sometimes football is very simple. One big long ball, a cross, a finish. Manchester City 1, Sunderland 0 in the 15th minute. Are we genuinely cut out for the top level yet? Earlier on in the season we questioned whether we were even cut out for the top level in this country. Then we've really turned up the heat in the past few games, banging in some tremendous goals, getting a wonderful run of results, but at the end of the day we did lose or get knocked out in the Europa League. Oh, don't give a foul for that. Got knocked out in the Europa League to Real Betis, and we are only 3rd in the Premier League at present. We are now 1-0 down against Manchester City. I don't know whether we're cut out for the top level. I think we could be with the right couple of additions. Obviously, we've already made one of those additions. We hope will be a positive one, with Ferland Mendy coming in at the beginning of next season. And I think with the way that the uploads are going to work, I am going to be able to take on board your feedback like in the moment for the new transfer window at the beginning of the season. So we should be able to adequately spend the right money in the right places as per your suggestions at the beginning of season 7. And I'm just going to get this anywhere away from the goal I possibly can. And actually, you might have shot yourselves in the foot there, City. Too many men committed forward. I needed someone else to run forward with me. Nobody could keep up with Chalov, apart from Atal. That should be 1-1. I can't believe I've messed that up, really. Well, that's given away, though. YOURI TIELEMANS, we could yet still be at 1-1. Moise Kean, good footwork, little back heel. Rafinha, 1-1! We are going to get our goal. Oh, he's fallen over Ederson. I'll take that. After I messed up one chance, we were presented with another, and we've taken it on this occasion. And on his right foot, Rafinha, too. 1-1. Clark. I see the run being made by Moise Ken. I can't find him. We'll get it to him. Thanks to the ball that dropped free there. And Chaloff, I was hoping they were going to expect me to turn the other way. With a man running free on the inside. I was trying to spin the other way and send the defender. If that was online, it probably would have worked. The AI though, reading me quite comfortably. Leroy Sané, we're able to read him. Still can't keep possession though once we win it back. And City are building dangerously again. Milenkovic linking up. Oh, come on, lads, stop it. Making a mockery of me now. Inside here to Bernardo Silva. Oh, in the middle to Jesus. They are making a mockery of me. City 2, Sunderland 1. Expert footwork on the left-hand side. And Bernardo Silva stops, drags it back, loops it in. And Jesus onside to turn home at the near post. Sané. Only really got one or two options. Kingsley Coman is one of them. That's Garcia. Coman back to Garcia again. Down the line there to Atal. Coman. Garcia. Oh, nice turn by Jesus. Oh, Verde. Jesus. Bernardo Silva, a good block by Juan Foyth. I see his first team spot disappearing next season as we look to bring in a higher rated and better quality defender, but certainly still having an impact. It's he who wins the header there from the corner as well. He's very effective, Juan Foyth, but we could do with someone just a little bit better in all situations. Occasionally, he lets himself down, and it's those occasions that are ensuring that we aren't at the very top of our game, or of the game, so to speak, with regards to the world of football. Rafinha's going to shrug off the defender there and make me a decent run. And there's a lovely opportunity to play through Fedor Chalov, but the pass is left wanting. With Liverpool at home next, a game that could quite possibly define our Champions League qualification. Certainly not going to be able to do it today if we lose. But still 20 minutes to try and bring this back round. Here's Jesus. Bit of space. Harrison back there to Foden. Space on the right hand side. He's just going to run into it rather than play the pass. Back to Bernardo Silva. Alexis McAllister with the block. That'll do. Corner for Leroy Sané. It's just throwing the ball towards my goal. Time and time again, Manchester City. Bernardo Silva's had 5 shots of his own, let alone the team. Nick Pope with another save. It does look like we're going to get defeat here, unfortunately, away from home. Sané will take that short to Bernardo Silva. Oh, lays it back to Longley of all people. Across to Foden to Longley again. They'll go backwards. There's 3 minutes added on. That would be game, I think. Unless Chalov make the run. Turn. He's beaten Longley. No, he hasn't. Great recovery from the defender. And that has earned them a point. That and the fact that I couldn't get past them on any other occasion either. We equalised after half an hour, but at half-time we were behind, and those stats speak for themselves, don't they? I didn't deserve anything from that game. Right then, the game that could define everything. Liverpool at home. They are the side in 5th. They're 9 points behind us with 3 games to go after this one. Win, and it's top 4 guaranteed, because even if Leicester win, the gap will be 10 points with 9 available. So beat Liverpool here, we will finish in the top 4, but 3rd is still available, and actually 2nd is also still available. Manchester United floundering of late, and we're within 3 points of them as well. In fact, if we'd have beaten City, we would be in 2nd. Rather frustrating to have lost to City now. City there in 8th, having improved slightly with that victory over us. So beat Liverpool, and we're definitely going to finish in a top 4 position. Lose to Liverpool, and it could still go either way. And we've no idea whether it will be 2nd, 3rd or 4th for us this season. Potentially 5th or 6th. But if it's going to be 5th or 6th, we are going to have to absolutely crumble towards the end of the season. And I don't think that's going to happen. Liverpool's starting lineup then. Alisson in goal. They'll be strong here. Mbabu, Upamecano, Van Dijk and Tet. 91 rated now, Virgil. McKennie, Fabinho and Naby Keita. Really good midfield. Salah, Kwame, who's 89 rated now. And Unas on the left-hand side. They do have Iñaki Williams as an option as well up top. A player who might actually be interested in signing next season. Certainly someone to consider, depending on how old he is now. heading into the 7th season, as we will be by the time the next transfer window comes around. We shall wait and see, but we know that the task in front of us and the task in hand, in two separate phrases rather than trying to combine them in one, is that if we win here against Liverpool, we are playing Champions League football next season. So, let's go and win here. Salah. Oh, lovely, that was a good turn. Out-muscled though, Max Lowe does well. Referee deems it a foul though. Not sure about that. Mo Salah to deliver. Oh, dinked. And McKennie, well, he did score a good goal against us last time we played Liverpool, McKennie, but that one was pretty tame. On this occasion, the effort nowhere near good enough. And Babu, he's strong and fast. Good defensively too. Perhaps an option for us next season. We are looking to strengthen at wing-back. That'll be a corner now for Liverpool. No, it won't. It'll be a goal kick. It's very much. Free kick for Mo Salah. Van Foyth just picked up a yellow card for what was a rash challenge. And I think it was actually Van Foyth that nodded that to McKennie. He scored against us last time we played them at Anfield, and he scored against us now. Was it Foyth that won that header? It was. Well, how's that for an assist, Juan? Lovely header, perfectly placed, as was the volley. Right, 1-0 down. Forward there to Chalov, turns well. Was it Ken? And there to Chalov, out wide to Rafinha, looking for the equaliser. It's a good cross, it's a very good cross! Should I have pulled that back centrally? Maybe. I wasn't sure if I had the options though. Moise Kean was in the process of falling over, so other than YOURI TIELEMANS on the edge there, which Fabinho probably would have cut it out, I had to go for goal with Jack Clark there. I just couldn't steer it on target, unfortunately. Still 1-0 down, 10 minutes to go till half-time. Although, we're going straight back to Jack Clark there, and Babu hasn't covered himself in glory there. It was a terrible pass. I'm going to drill this to Rafinha. Get that quickly in there, nicely to Alexis. Good block by Van Dijk and cleared away by Upamecano. Win that header. Never mind. Across to Fabinho, here's Kwame. Driving wide, Kwame picked off by Lowe. Oh, given away again though. Kwame could cross. He's done brilliantly. And into the middle it comes. Away by Justin. Chalov brings that down. And we shall build. Jack Clark's on the run. Not sure why he dinked the ball into him there, but Jack will poke it here to McAllister. Runners, including YOURI TIELEMANS. Turn, find Rafinha. Can he text with me? Turn, find Upamecano. I turned a little bit too sharply there and a little bit too far away from me with the turn inside, and the defender pounced. And I haven't been good enough offensively in this game so far. It's still very likely that we'll get Champions League football next season, but I would like to assure ourselves of it today so that we can concentrate in the next episode on just getting that second or third spot with Chelsea and United within reach. Losing here might put that second or third spot out of reach. Driving forward, skips past me. Kenny, Mo Salah backing in well. Good save by Pope. And so the second half continues as the first ended. Liverpool firing shots on my goal. I've done nothing but concede chances on goal in the game against City, and now the game against Liverpool as well. Van Dijk's up, that's going to go wide. Iñaki Williams, he's now on for Kwame, so we'll get to see if he's any good. I would genuinely consider purchasing him if he's decent. Where's Ken? Looking for Chalov, Upamecano. Twice out-muscles the Russian, and they'll keep the ball. McKennie has been very good for Liverpool, and so far it's still his goal that separates the two teams. Kenny down the line there to Mo Salah. Delivered into the middle. Declan Rice wins that very well. Chalov, Moise Kean is space for him to run into. He's about to come off the field, Moise Kean, but can he leave? Oh, with the biggest of impacts. No, unfortunately not. Good save by Alisson. Can Harrison have that impact himself? Whipped it in. It's not going to reach Harrison. It's not even going to reach any teammate. Naby Keita heads that away. Declan Rice, go through that gap looking for McAllister, who's turned away from everybody around him well. Goots gets that under control. It's a nice turn. George Harrison, he might have the impact of Virgil, and out for another corner. Oh, Harrison could win this. No, McKennie does. So many physical, tall, powerful players, Liverpool. TIELEMANS Back there to Declan Rice. Quickly to Lyndon Gooch. At his feet. Why not? That's why. Camacho. Down the left. Liverpool looking to kill us off now. Into the middle. Salah with a header. Oh, Nick Pope. That was so well placed from Salah. It didn't matter how quickly he got across with Nick Pope. He still had to scramble to keep it out. Unreal header from Mo. Don't see him score many headers in real life. But I can't recall Mo Salah scoring a header in real life. At least I can't remember one off the top of my head. You guys have to let me know. Perhaps link me something on Twitter if you can find something on YouTube. But that was brilliant from Mo there. Thankfully, our keeper was equal to it. A keeper that we will be probably looking to replace next season. Iñaki Williams tackled by Alexis McAllister. Player certainly is not going to be replaced next season. Oh, Rafinha wins that back. Will look to burst away. No, got to shake off the man that's with me. Knock that inside right now. Make moves, please, lads. George Harrison was rather reluctant to do so, but we will find Lyndon Gooch here. Now's the opportunity. Where is the defender going? Lyndon Gooch. Have a look at the replay. Watch the defender that's closest to me. He backs away and lets Lyndon Gooch run in on goal. Inexplicable defending. Watch him here. Number 30. What is that? What is that? I'm not going to complain too hard because we've gotten the equaliser. And that might... I'm not sure, I can't recall what the exact maths is, but that might send us to the Champions League next season with practically the last kick of the game against Liverpool. But I'm not understanding why the defender has done that. But it's given us a 1-1 scoreline, which may well, with the last kick of the episode, have given us Champions League football next season. No, there are 9 points available and 9 games to play. However, our goal difference is 36. Theirs is 11. So there needs to be a 27 goal turnaround in our goal difference for Liverpool to come out with Champions League football next season. That's not going to happen, is it? We're 4 points behind Chelsea, 5 points behind Manchester United, who have closed the gap to Everton to just 5. The title isn't done and dusted yet. It's very nearly there. And Everton are so desperately close to their first ever Premier League title win. Their first league victory since the 80s. But everything still hangs in the balance. And that balance will be concluded in the next episode. I'll see you then.